Girl, I did not want to believe it, honey, but they got receipts. Oh my goodness, you guys got to see this video when I tell y'all. Kris Jenner, the Jenners, the Kardashians are linked into Diddy, and this video explodes it all. Do you guys remember this black guy? His name goes by Corey Gamble. That is Kris Jenner's boo, okay? Now, Kris Jenner boo, Corey Gamble was there when Kim Porter passed away. And they are saying that Kim Porter boo, Gamble, and Diddy has been butt buddies for a while now. That Corey stay at them freak out parties. And I can believe it with them hips, God damn it. It don't lie in them hips. Have y'all seen that man hips? Ooh, honey, he was born to shake a feather. Okay, so I want y'all to listen and hear. You at the messy sweet spot. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Okay, I'm putting my life on the line, giving y'all this tea. Whew. Now listen to this. Listen to what they got to say about this, y'all. It's sad.
So it looks like Kim Porter's family is finally ready to speak their truth about Kim Porter's death because they just made some shocking revelations about how Corey Gamble might have been part of her passing. The streets have been whispering and it's getting extra messy. Allegedly, he played a big role in helping Diddy cover up some seriously dark stuff, including Kim Porter's tragic passing. And get this, leaked crime scene photos show Corey at Kim's house before the coroners even showed up, just casually standing there as her body was being taken out. But hold on, y'all, because it gets wilder. There's talk about how Corey allegedly stayed behind after the whole thing to clean up the scene, making sure that no one could point it back to Diddy. And if that wasn't bad enough, some reports are claiming Corey found himself in some really messy situations with Diddy. Now, Kim's family is pulling up the receipts, and it looks like there might be more to Mr. Corey Gamble than his Kardashian connection and what meets the eye. To understand how Corey Gamble even came to be allegedly involved in Kim Porter's murder, we need to talk about how he got swept up with Diddy and some other shady characters in Hollywood. Corey Gamble was born in Atlanta in November 10th, 1980. He's always been a slick character because even in high school, Corey was that guy. He captained the football team, aced his classes, and earned the nickname Mr. Dependable. And if you needed something done, Corey was your man. Now, after high school, he went to Morehouse College, where he got a business degree. And after graduating college, Corey got caught up in some drama with Sherry Buchanan, who just so happened to be an NFL star Ray Buchanan's ex. Their breakup was a big mess, with restraining orders filed on both sides because things got really toxic between them. But here's the thing about Corey. He clearly has a thing for older women. Sherry was about 10 years his senior, and now he's dating Kris Jenner, who is 25 years older than.
I can't even hear without that music, okay? That's not my doing. So don't y'all come over here with that talking about music, because that's not my doing. I'm getting it from the source. They are saying that Corey Holcomb, he did zesty adult content. Yeah. With them hips and that butt. And maybe, do you think that butt is a BBL? You think them hips is a BBL? I don't know. And they say them BBLs is so funky. Ooh, and he up in that Diddy house, and they said in that Diddy room, they don't got no ACs. All the windows closed in them Diddy parties because they like the funk, okay? It's something about that funky ritual. It just give them a ooh and a ah, and they love the farts. It's like cologne and perfume, you know what I'm saying? They say you gotta be careful when you're farting around them because that's like a love mating call. You know, it turn them on. Let's
and that they had seen him while they were working on certain sets, and obviously I am not going to share their identity for their own protection.
Now, Corey and Diddy aren't just friends, they're practically glued together at this point. Their bromance goes way back. But the exact start of it is a bit of a mystery. Rumor has it, though, that it all started through none other than Fonzworth Bentley, Diddy's old right-hand man, who met Corey during their date.
And didn't that homeboy, that rapper dude, he came out. I don't know what his name is. He looked ugly as hell. But he said that that's Diddy's boyfriend right there. You see that man on the screen? He said that's Diddy's boyfriend, honey. Uh-huh.
days at Morehouse College. And as the gossip goes, Farnsworth might have had his own unique relationship dynamic with Diddy.
Let me ask you this. What do you think Diddy and Farnsworth Bentley's real relationship was?
Concubine, master.
Ooh.
But Corey's not just some random guy in Diddy's orbit. He's pretty much family, especially when it comes to Diddy's kids. He's been the rock-solid guy even during their toughest times, like when Kim Porter passed away and the world was mourning. Corey was right there, holding it down for Diddy, or so it looked. But we're gonna get into that in a bit. But get this, Diddy wasn't the only famous person that Corey was hanging out with, because he was running into some pretty high circles. I'm talking about big names like Ludacris, Shaq, Michael Jordan, and many more. He was getting flued out on private jets, attending VIP parties, and getting front row seats at the most exclusive events. Corey was out here living that A-list dream. But to be fair to Corey, it's not like he was mooching off these famous people, because he also put in the work behind the scenes for a lot of artists. For example, Corey was a mastermind behind Ashton Kutcher's show Punk'd. Yeah, I bet you didn't know that. He also leveraged his connections with Scooter Braun to get a role as Justin Bieber's manager while he was on tour. He also had a role to play in Scotty McCreery's album Clear as Day, which peaked at #1 on Billboard 200. He also worked behind the scenes on Justin Bieber's album Believe, which also ended up being a chart topper. But speaking of Justin Bieber, fans have pointed out how weird and sus it was that Justin's issues with substance abuse coincidentally started around the same time that Corey joined his team. And considering how close Corey and Diddy are, as well as the reports about how Diddy allegedly did bad things to Justin Bieber all around the same time, we need to consider if Diddy didn't use Corey as a way to get to Justin and maintain a hold over him. Well, sources are saying that not only did Diddy and Corey allegedly introduce Justin to drugs, but they also allegedly got him hooked to the point where Justin developed a full-blown addiction.
There was a time where I was sipping lean, I was popping pills, I was doing Molly, shrooms, everything, and it was just an escape for me.
Justin has talked about how tough it was for him to kick that addiction, and y'all, it sounds like he was in a real battle.
I was waking up in the morning and the first thing I was doing is popping pills and smoking a blunt and starting my day. It just got scary. I basically said to myself, I'm like, God, if you're real, you get me through this season of stopping these pills and stuff, and if you do, I'll do the rest of the work.
Now, all this time, we thought that Corey was nothing more than Kris Jenner's arm candy, but it looks like he might have been running things right up under our very noses. Rumor has it that new evidence is bubbling up, and it's linking Corey to Kim Porter's tragic passing. But that's not all, because whispers in the streets say that Corey allegedly helped Diddy cover up the whole situation. Yes, y'all, we're talking some real partners in crime type stuff. Maybe not Bonnie and Clyde, but Clyde and Clyde. Well, the allegations are stacking up faster than a Kardashian scandal, y'all. And don't even get me started on the rocky history between Kim Porter and Diddy. The gossip has been swirling for years about Diddy's horrible side with Kim Porter, supposedly walking away with more than just emotional scars. There are allegations of broken noses and bruises and just something straight out of a horror movie. This particular incident that happened in 2005 was crazy, and according to an article, Diddy Combs' girlfriend Kim Porter was left with a broken nose after the couple argued on Combs' yacht in Saint-Tropez. Combs flew in a specialist plastic surgeon from Geneva after the accident. Porter has since claimed that she hurt her face after she banged her nose on a table. But interestingly though, y'all, we're now finding out that Kim's family has always had their suspicions about Diddy and Corey's involvement in Kim's passing. While Kim's official verdict is that she passed away from pneumonia, her family has always called BS on that. Not only that, the sources are claiming that they are actually considering filing a wrongful death lawsuit against Diddy. But then the FBI got involved and told them to hold off on this lawsuit. A source leaked the information and claimed that the reason the family chose not to file the lawsuit was that they had allegedly been contacted by the FBI. The source said they all have been contacted by the FBI, and 3 family members and 6 friends have been interviewed already and have been told to stay quiet. According to Kim's ex, Cassie told lawyers upon filing her own lawsuit against Diddy that she had information about the death of Kim Porter, and she has proof of the reason why Kim was murdered. Well, it turns out that Kim Porter's death was allegedly one of the things that the FBI was investigating Diddy for. And according to those leaked documents, they found a lot of inconsistencies in her manner of death. The document said, when Kim passed, there were questions about the manner in which she died. If they are going to say that it was pneumonia and that she passed peacefully in sleep, then why was there blood located on Kim's pillowcases and also a slight trail of blood on the bedroom floor that led to the bathroom? Why hasn't that been mentioned this for a long time? And as if the situation couldn't get creepier, the original coroner, the one who raised all the alarm bells and red flags, ended up dead too, from so-called natural causes. His passing conveniently coincided with the time that people were calling BS on the pneumonia verdict and calling for the case to be reopened. But rumor has it that the first coroner was going to speak up against the pneumonia verdict before he passed. It just made the situation creepier and definitely more suspicious. Well, Jaguar Wright, of course, had something to say, and it was very interesting about this whole entire situation.
Kim died from pneumonia, but there's the first coroner's report that said that she died. It was ruled a homicide, and they found toxins in her body to prove that she had been poisoned. You know, they have poison.
The timing of these two people meeting their ends is just too suspicious to ignore. Take Al B. Shore, for example. He was working on a documentary that had the potential to expose some of Diddy's darkest secrets, and just like that, he got sick with a serious mystery medical crisis and slipped into a coma. Well, Kim was also reported to be writing a book on Diddy when he passed, and interestingly, the manuscript as well as her laptop conveniently disappeared after she died. There are reports that her house was ransacked by an unknown person, and nothing else was taken except her laptop and manuscript. And with the feds taking down Diddy and exposing him, Kim Porter's family is now demanding for justice, asking that the feds reopen the investigation into her death. Al B. Shore seems to be speaking on behalf of the family, and he dropped a very long message for the authorities on Instagram. If you're wondering why Al B. Shore is taking this so seriously, it turns out that he was secretly married to Kim before she got with Diddy, and in a 2020 interview, he claimed that she was more than his baby mama, saying, "Every time I post something, I forget it's me. I'm a grandfather, so my concern is not being popular and trying to get numbers and likes. That's not what I do. But I posted something the other day talking about my ex-wife. Yeah, I said it, my ex-wife, Kimberly. But nobody knew because we didn't discuss being married. We didn't discuss that. Every so often, I give her a tribute." So what did Al B. Shore say about Kim's passing and the need for the feds to reopen the case? He wrote, "I am writing this post to formally request an investigation into an entire group of individuals who worked at or around the residence of Miss Kimberly Porter, including the publicist who assisted drafting this. It has come to my attention that these persons were also instructed to steal her computer and mobile devices, which contained her original book notes. Original notes are distinct from the fabricated BS and offensive pages circulated via Amazon, which depict graphic sexual acts involving me that never took place and were edited and added after Miss Porter."
Ooh, did y'all hear that? They said that Al B. Shore and Diddy had something going on, freak-offs, okay? That's what they put in the book. Al said it ain't false. I believe anything is possible. Shit, all these industry black kings is zesty, if you know what I mean. But let's hear
Porter's tragic murder. He also brought up the issue of Kim's missing manuscript and her devices, and hinted that Diddy had
Kim Porter, she bisexual. She's zesty too. All of them zesty.
something to do with it. He said, Miss Porter's missing devices, allegedly already in evidence, unquestionably contain the critical evidence that have been concealed. I'm convinced that evidence corroborates closely with details outlined in the recently released public indictment document. Additionally, it is pertinent to note that the individuals involved in this matter may also be connected to also concealing the alleged murders of several prominent artists, a situation that has left many bewildered. Yet those who are immersed in the culture and familiar with the intricacies of the entertainment industry may have a clearer understanding of the obvious. He then dropped some tidbits that Diddy had been behind his coma and that he has the receipts to back up his claim. He wrote, "There's so much to unpack. Unfortunately, I'm the only survivor by the blessings of a medical team that initially gave up because of multiple system organ failure, septic, intubated, in a ventilator for 38 days, and forced to visit death's doorstep. But the God I serve and worship had another plan. Keep in mind that this is just the G-rated version of what I endured over a decade plus to silence the OG. I also kept forensic records of every individual who was sent my way to set me up, track me, gaslight me, and allegedly cause harm to my system." Then Albie Shore finally came out and let the cat all the way out of the bag, claiming that Kim Porter was taken out because she had receipts on Diddy that would have done way more damage than even Cassie's lawsuit. Can you even imagine the kind of skeletons Kim might have been holding on to? The fact that her receipts could have caused more damage than Cassie's bombshell is almost hard to wrap your head around. It's like every detail makes the story darker and more twisted. Whatever Kim knew, it must have been enough to shake Diddy's empire to its core, which just makes her sudden death even more suspicious. Albie Shore then said, "Unfortunately, Kimberlina was taken from us way too soon before she could complete her true thoughts."
Arrived to retrieve Kim Porter's lifeless body out of her home.
How on earth did Corey beat the coroners to Kim Porter's house? That's the million-dollar question, and it looks like it doesn't make any sense. Removing the body doesn't take a long time, so how in the world was Corey already there, hanging around like he had a backstage access to the whole situation? The math isn't mathing, y'all, and now that the picture is floating around online allegedly showing Corey lingering after Kim's passing, Kim's family is now coming out, saying Corey might have allegedly been sticking around to make sure everything went according to some plan. Fans noticed how suspicious he looked in that photo, like he was trying to fly under the radar, but all eyes are definitely on him now, and there are rumors that he could have been Diddy's fixer, cleaning up everything to throw suspicion off of Diddy. And you know the fans have clocked it, and they've been leaving comments saying, "No one still answered why Corey Gamble, Kris Jenner's boyfriend, was at Kim Porter's house when the coroners arrived. Why was Corey Gamble at Kim Porter's house when she died? How did he know her, Diddy, enough to be there before you was? I always thought he had a hand in Kim's death. I pray for justice for all the women he..."
Girl, what do y'all think about that? They said that homeboy Corey was a fixer-upper, girl. Comment, let us know what you guys think about this. It's so sad, you guys. I can't believe what I'm hearing. I'm just so hurting right now. Comment, let us know what you guys think, and I'm out, okay? It's heartbreaking right now.